with my new platform called B-More Playbook. Yes, guys, it's my new platform where I will give you weekly insight on sports and more. I'm back, and guess what? Right in time for the NFL 24-25 season. If you was a part of the hoopla when I used to do my NFL prediction week by week, it is back. It is back, and it is back with more flavor. It is back with more fire. And my goal with this new platform is to deliver my weekly insight on sports and more. I promise to be very informative and cute. That's right, guys. Informative and cute. And why? Just for the hell of it. Just for the fun of it. Like I said, I love sports. So you're gonna get me every week with the fire, the tenacity, the sports know-how. And my goal is to like be informative and let you know that females know sports too. Female love sports too. Okay? So I kick it off with just a welcoming back. I don't know if you used to watch me on Periscope, but I used to do this every week, do my sports weekly predictions for my NFL games. It's back, and it's back with an impact. I watch a lot of sports. I watch First Take. What else do I watch? I watch Shannon Sharp on Nightcap. And I also watch The Herd. I like Colin Hurd on The Herd. So those are my 3 sports shows that I watch a lot. I do watch others, so I know some of the other players in the game. But those are the 3 that I like personally, and I continue to watch and enjoy watching them. So the way this platform will work, I will have different segments, and in those segments, I will talk about different topics. So you will get sports and more. You will get sports and more, right? And like I said, my whole thing is to keep it cute and to keep it fun. Most of the time, I will be by myself, but I will have guests on from time to time to also keep it interesting and fun. So my first segment today was just a welcome, and I'll be on here all most of the time by myself, and this time I'm definitely will be by myself. The first segment was just to introduce and to welcome you guys back to my platform where I'll do my weekly predictions, where I'll talk about sports and more on the B-More Playbook. And let's get right into it. A lot of times on these shows, you have the sports announcers or the anchor persons, the commentary, talking about their top 5 quarterbacks. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to tell you who my top 5 quarterbacks for this season are. I'm not going to give you any particular order. Is one that outshines them all, but I would be remiss not to mention who they are. The first one, you guessed it, Jalen Hurts. He's my number 1 quarterback for the team that I enjoy watching. I enjoy watching a lot of teams, but that's my team right there, the Eagles. And why wouldn't I like Jalen Hurts? His stats, last year, you hear a lot of people say, "Oh, they won ugly." I don't even know how they pulled that out, but at the end of the day, we win. Last year, our record was 11-6. His pass completion was up with some of the elite quarterbacks. See, he had 370, I believe it was 77, with 15 interceptions, which isn't over a whole season, isn't bad. It's kind of like the mean, the middle right there. So Jalen Hurts is an elite quarterback. I'm very interested in see what he's going to do with our acquisitions, and I'm expecting great things. The second one is Lamar Jackson, the MVP, of the last season, 2023-24 season. MVP, Mr. Lamar himself, new for the Ravens. Their record last year was 13-4. His pass completion 343, and he had 8 interceptions, which is kind of good. Lamar, he tends to play hurt a little, but to me, he's an elite dynamic. We expecting a lot out of him this year. That's all you hear is that he gets to the end and choke a lot. Last year, I honestly believed that the Ravens were going to take it all the way because they were very close, and I haven't seen them get that close in so long. So I really thought last year was their year. So I'm looking forward to see what they're going to do with also with Derrick Henry coming on. So that team, that quarterback, I'm expecting a lot. My next one is Jordan Love. Jordan Love. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest. It is nothing about Green Bay that I ever liked. Not one single thing. I never liked Aaron Rodgers. I never enjoyed, what's his name? Brett Favre. And I don't know if it's the arrogancy, like they're very arrogant quarterbacks. Even if you have talent, I believe you could still have talent and still be great and still be a team player, like Peyton Manning. But it's something about the Packers that I've never liked. That cheese on their head, that stuff. But I must admit, this Jordan Love got me loving something about the Packers. And I'll be watching this quarterback. Let me see. His pass completion. Last year, their stats were like 9. Their record was 9-8. They won 9 and they lost 8. But I will say, when Aaron Rodgers left, he played a couple of years underneath of Aaron Rodgers, and he didn't really get to touch the field that much. But when Aaron Rodgers left and he was able to touch the field, I feel like the first part of the season, he did a lot of his learning. But if you look at the stats from last year, Jordan Love won 6 of his last games. And then he went to the preseason and did a knockout job. I enjoyed watching the Packers last year. And I don't usually say that. And I believe it has a lot to do with this fella right here, Jordan Love. His pass completion record, he completed 409 pass completions. That was the volume of it, which is not too far from Patrick Mahomes, some of the other elite quarterbacks. He had 13 interceptions, which is the average, and I'm going to be looking at him. I have him in my top 5 list. The second quarterback, that's the Lamar, Jalen, Jordan, and then the next one is Jared Goff. Yes, he's an elite quarterback. And here's the thing. I don't watch the Lions. But it was something about Jared Goff and his numbers, his statistics, that you cannot deny. He is doing a lot. Matter of fact, as far as completion, pass completions, he's like number 2 on the list of his pass completion. He had 12 interceptions. What I say is hovering around the average. They won their division. Their record last year was 12-5. And like I said, I don't watch the Lions, but I'll be watching Jared Goff and seeing what he's doing. I think he's a sleeper. That's what he is. He's a sleeper. And then the number 1, everybody know, who has any type of insight would know that one of the great and number 1 quarterbacks of our time is Patrick Mahomes. You cannot deny his capabilities, his ability to extend the play, pass, throw. I mean, that's the same thing. Oh, shucks. Pass, his ability to pass, run. His interception, he had 15 interceptions last year, which isn't bad, but his pass completion volume tops anyone in the league. So those are my top 5. Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, Jordan Love, Jared Goff, and Patrick Mahomes. So I also wanted to give my on my third segment, my MVP, my top MVP predictions, but I'll just wait to mid-season for that because I think it's a little too early. Now let's talk about the rookies, the NFL rookies, and I'm gonna be 100%. I have no clue. One of the reasons why I don't have a clue is because I really don't watch college football. I know a lot of these brothers or players are coming from college football and they got the Heisman Trophy. I mean, they doing amazing things, but I don't watch. So I have no clue. But I do have some rookies that I'm going to keep my eye on this year. And I just want to mention them so you can keep your eye on them too. Like I said, I really don't watch. I do watch the drafts because the brothers be looking good in their suits, okay? So how can I not watch? So I do watch that. And because of that, and because of the news cycles of what's going on, I have my top 5 rookies to watch. Number 1, Caleb Williams. Okay, all is hoopla about this number 1 draft pick for the Chicago Bears. We're gonna be watching you. We definitely gonna be watching you, brother. Yeah. And I'm expecting great things. At least during the preseason, he did touch the field. He touched the grass, and it's very impressive. So I definitely will be watching the Bears. Another person, Marvin Harrison, number one pick for the wide receiver for Arizona Cardinals. We definitely gonna be watching you, brother. We expect. You have Caleb Murphy, quarterback, and he definitely needs this. This acquisition is definitely a benefit for the Cardinals. So we'll be watching you. There's some other ones that we'll be watching, and that's Jaden Daniels for the Commanders. The Commanders need you, brother. So I know you didn't play during the preseason. I don't believe you had any playing time. But they're expecting great things. He's one of the rookies that we're going to have our eyes on. And remind you, I have no clue. I just know that the Commanders need something. Last year, they only won 4 games. Wasn't that record 4? The Commanders last year was awful. Yeah, they only won 4 games last year, so they definitely need you. They have a whole acquisition, new owners and all that. They need you. All right, so who else are we going to be watching? We're going to be watching Nate Wiggins for the rookie for the Ravens, the cornerback, for the Eagles, Quinyon Mitchell. And we also will be watching Xavier Worthy, wide receiver for the Chiefs. So those the rookies, the individuals, the quarterbacks, the rookies. Now let's talk about teams. I didn't pick like my top teams or anything like that, but what I did was in this segment I want to talk about the teams that will struggle this year, this 24-25 NFL season. And I think we're going to have the normal teams that struggle. I don't think they did anything during the off season far as their acquisitions, far as their coaches, far as moving quarterbacks around. They done nothing that has impressed me to see that they would change. And that's New England from the AFC conference and Tennessee from the AFC conference. I'm not saying they didn't They were part of the draft. I'm not saying that they didn't draft anyone. I'm just saying that it's not impactful. Where I feel like it's going to have a a different trajectory on their outcome that they had last season. That's what I'm saying. And that's New England and Tennessee. Ain't nothing going to change, okay? New England, it was 4-13. I don't know. Maybe you'll be 11. I don't know. But Tennessee, no difference for you. Both of you teams are still going to be on the bottom of the AFC. And for the NFC, I still have the Panthers in Atlanta. I know you have Kirk Cousins and everything, and you feel you have a new Will Packer, even like part owner and everything. And I know it's cute. But guys, you're still gonna be on the bottom. So I do want to mention teams that I think they're gonna do better this year. And that's the Commanders. And we already talked about Jalen Daniels, the new quarterback that they have that will be starting. I believe he's going to have an impact, and they'll do better this year in the AFC. But my surprising teams are going to be the Broncos, sorry Shannon, and the Jets. You still going to struggle. I don't see any changes. No matter what your acquisitions were, no matter that Aaron Rodgers, is not hurt this year, you guys are still going to struggle. It's not going to, I don't see any change. For the AFC, I feel like the Cardinals are going to get better. Like I said, they have the Kyler Murphy in the number 1 wide receiver draft. Who was his name? Marvin Harrison. So I see you guys getting better. The Bears, I see with Caleb Williams, I'm expecting great things, and I see you getting better than the 23-24 season. But in the NFC, I also see Seattle Hawks doing a horrible job. Their record last year was 9-8. It's not going to change much. You're still going to be on the bottom. The Vikings, you're still going to be on the bottom. Last year, your record was 7-10. It's not going to change. The Seattle Seahawks, I don't even know who your quarterback is. Is it Sam Howell? Is it Geno Smith? I have no clue. All I know is that you have the most sacks. And that may be because he didn't have any protection. I'm not sure. But you also have quite a few interceptions. Where I said 15 was like hovering around the middle, you have 21. That's a lot. So I really don't see it changing. If it does, I'll kick back and say kudos to your change, but I don't see you changing. I don't see Vikings changing. The end of the season, they lost 6 out of their last 7 games. 6, almost all of them, okay? Their last 7 games, they had their bye week, and then when they came back, lost. They didn't do anything, okay? But they were showing up. Kirk Cousins was showing up, and they did some things. They changed quarterbacks around. Now they got Sam Darnold. Where he come from, the Rams, is not gonna matter. You guys still gonna struggle, okay? That's my teams that will struggle through the season. Now I want to talk about Colin Hurst does something where he did a prediction. I don't know if you can see this. He did a Super Bowl bubble. I thought that was cute. So I'm going to do a Super Bowl bubble. Okay. So one thing about his bubble is the people in the bubble the teams in the bubble are the teams that he feel like is going to be in a Super Bowl that has the best chance of being in a Super Bowl. That's the bubble right there. But then he had 4 teams hovering around the bubble that's trying to penetrate, right? They trying to penetrate. He have 8 teams inside the bubble, and he have 4 teams on the outside the bubble. I'm going to flip it around. I'm going to put my 4 teams inside the bubble, so I got to be a little more accurate, right? But then I'll have the 8 teams hovering around the bubble that's always trying to penetrate, pull one out, put one in. And here are my predictions for my Super Bowl bubble. Inside the bubble, I have the Ravens. I have Green Bay. Yeah, Jordan Love, I think you're gonna do good, but you're not gonna do that good, okay? You're not gonna do that good where you gonna knock out the Eagles. So I have the Ravens, Green Bay, the Eagles, and I have the 49ers. The 49ers, I really didn't want to put in there, but that Purdy effect, I don't think I had a choice. When I look at the lineup of everything, those are my 4 that I'm putting in there. They're going to be in there some kind of way. If they make it, if any one of those 4 make it in there, they're going all the way to the Super Bowl. All right, so the teams that I have trying to penetrate the bubble is the Chiefs. I know some of you have, a lot of you are going to have the Chiefs inside the bubble, and I wanted to put them inside the bubble, but I don't think they're going to make it. I think they should easily win their division and be in the playoffs. But I think in the postseason games, they're going to get knocked out. That's just my prediction. They're going to get knocked out. The Lions, okay, like I said, Jared Goff, he's a sleeper. I feel like the Lions got something going on, and they're going to be penetrating that bubble to get in there. Another team that I have is the Titans. The Titans, Tennessee will win their division. So it's going to be hard for them not to be around the bubble. But they more than likely they aren't going to make it. They're going to have some teams like the Ravens. That's just would knock them right out. The Bears. Like I said, Caleb Williams, I got you. If you don't win your division, you should be in the hunt and get in through the wild card weekend. You should be in that around the bubble somewhere for the playoff. That you should be in a Super Bowl bubble around the outside of. But I'm expecting you in the Bucks. I had to put the Bucks up there because they should win their division easily. They should. So, and then the last 2 that I have hovering around is Jaguar. And I don't know why I have Jacksonville. I'm going to tell you, I have no clue why I have Jacksonville around in the Super Bowl bubble. I don't know. Maybe because Lil Duval, Lil Duval be up in the skybox. I want him to be up in the skybox with his family, his mother and his family, and he does a great job with a nice little setup. And I want that go on for a while. So maybe that's why I picked Jacksonville. And I also picked Washington. Like I said, they not gonna knock us out. But last year they finished 4. They won 4 games and they lost 13. I'm expecting way more out of them this year. And that is it. That's my Super Bowl bubble. I have Ravens, Green Bay, Eagles, and 49ers inside the bubble. Hovering around the bubbles, I have the Chiefs, the Lions, the Texans, the Bears, the Bucks, Jaguar, and Washington. Now, to wrap this up, I'm going to give you my week 1 predictions. Ding! Yes, guys, it is back. The first game tonight is with Baltimore and Kansas City. It was kind of hard. All my family is Ravens fans, mostly, not all, but a lot of them. Because we do have Eagles, Bucks, Giants. We have some other fans, but mostly a lot of them are Baltimore Ravens fans. And I had to sadly report, Kansas City should win tonight. Okay. sadly report that tomorrow night between Green Bay and Philadelphia Eagles, like I said, I'm expecting a lot out of Jordan Love. Yeah, but I'm not expecting that much of you, brother. Okay, the Eagles will win. Um, and they're playing out the country. Where is it that they playing? Oh God, I should have wrote that down somewhere. But anyway, let's move on to Sunday night. I meant Sunday. Period. Between Pittsburgh and Atlanta, I have Pittsburgh winning. I may want to change that because I think I heard something about Wilson, something about his foot or something. It's so I don't know. I pick Pittsburgh and I'm gonna keep it with Pittsburgh. I know they have Justin Fields. I know they have him, but I was really looking at Russell Wilson taking this. But we will see. I have Pittsburgh winning. Between the next three games, I have all the home teams winning. That's Buffalo and Arizona. I have the Bills winning over the Cardinals. Between Tennessee and Chicago, I have the Bears winning at home over the Titans. Between New England and Cincinnati, I have the Bengals winning over New England. So the next three games, I have the away teams winning. Between Houston and the Colts, I have the Texans winning. Between Jacksonville and Miami, I have Jacksonville winning. Between North Carolina and New Orleans, I have North Carolina winning, which is crazy, right? But and New Orleans has a tough schedule. If they're gonna win, it probably would be this first game at home. But I don't know. I didn't pick them to win. They have a tough schedule. All their next like 4 or 5 games are gonna be all loss. If it goes the way I see it. So for the next 4 games, I have all the home teams winning. And that's between the Vikings and the Giants. I have the Giants winning. Between the Raiders and the Chargers, I have the Chargers winning. Between Denver and Seattle, I have Seattle winning. Between Dallas and the Browns, I have the Browns. No, Dallas, you're not gonna win. I don't think I'll ever pick you, but I still have to report it, right? So between the Cowboys and the Browns and Cleveland, I have the Browns winning. Between Washington, the Commanders, and the Bucks, I have Washington winning. Between the Rams and Detroit, I have the Lions with Jared Goff. And then on Monday night, between the New York Jets and the San Francisco 49ers, sorry, Rodgers, I have San Francisco 49ers using the birdie effect and winning easily. It's gonna be fun to watch though, because I do like to see some teams or some people lose. So with that said, that's my first week predictions for the NFL 24-25 season. Thank you so much for watching B-More Playbook with your girl, MissNicety. See you. Bye. See you next week. All right, guys. Bye.